The houseless neighborhoods of Paradise feel hollow these days. A year after the fire, most of this town sits deserted. But if you follow your ears, you'll find the first pioneers of the new Paradise starting to rebuild.
There's no more trees. I had 11 trees here. They're gone.
The fire wiped most of Paradise off the face of the earth. To keep it from also being wiped off the map, Paradise needs people. People like Woody Culleton.
I was able to get back into town on Saturday after the fire, and I've been in town almost every day since.
Woody's finishing the new house he'll share with his wife, right on the dirt where his old one stood. He says the handful of people up here already feel like a community again, but it's different now.
Everybody's damaged. Everybody has been damaged by this. There's a lot of PTSD going on. People that never believed in that or thought that was even something real are experiencing it.
Woody and his wife almost spent their final moments apart. They escaped the campfire, but in separate cars.
I don't know anybody that escaped that didn't think they were going to die. And then how do you manifest that? I mean, I stay busy, so I put it off.
That emotional shell Woody put on is working out okay. He's making progress. He showed me around the house and the finishing touches he's making.
Well, the house is a mess.
Inside, Woody told us the shell, recently, he felt it start to crack.
It was a weekend, and all the construction crews were gone. And I sat out there.
He heard it sound normal again.
That's sound. It wasn't trucks all day and Jake brakes. Just that simple thing there. The sound of the traffic on the road that I've been living next to for 30 years.
What? It just hit you? What hit you?
I'm home. That's simple. It's familiar.
Paradise spent most of the last year looking anything like home. It was a picture of apocalypse. Chimneys popped out of the rubble like headstones, a constant reminder of the day death visited this place and took 85 people. Demo crews spent a loud, messy year scraping away those ruins. This is Paradise Elementary School, just part of the millions of tons they hauled away.
We had 5,000 trucks in this town at one time. I mean, we lost everything. We lost 95% of every house, every business, schools, you name it, grocery stores, fast food.
The fire burned 18,000 buildings. A year later, almost all of them look like they've been erased, past their foundations, down to bare dirt. Most of Paradise looks like what it is, a giant construction job with no set start date.
How long is it going to be before this is functionally a neighborhood again?
I think in about 5 years, I would see us as a functional neighborhood.
Town Councilman Mike Zuccolillo is a real estate agent by trade. He says it's expensive to rebuild right now. There aren't enough contractors to go around.
What we really need is skilled labor. We need skilled labor to build homes.
Mike knows plenty of people still waiting to decide what to do with their empty lots. But he also knows a huge chunk of Paradise's population simply isn't coming back.
Like, I miss my neighbors. I miss, I'm gone the day of trash pickup and they roll my trash can in. I miss them bringing by Christmas cookies. And I think some people are holding on to that. They want that back.
The old Paradise.
The old Paradise. And you want things that you can't replace.
The campfire claimed 85 lives, and now it's driving many thousands more people here to move away.
So the hard part is like the town's never going to be the same. I can be as optimistic as I want to. This neighborhood and every neighborhood in town will change.
In half a day, the flames of the campfire destroyed the homes of almost 22,000 people in Paradise and thousands more outside town limits in Concow and Magalia.
It's very, very difficult. Yeah, that was our community.
Robyn Sousa spent the last year living in a trailer parked at her friend's house. She's been up to Magalia to sift through the ruins of her home, and it didn't take long before she and her husband decided to rebuild elsewhere. They're not coming back.
After seeing all the devastation and realizing it would be 3-4 years before the community was back to any degree, we decided to just cut our losses and move on.
Trailer living's not easy when you've got a big dog, a 5-year-old child, and I was lucky to only have one child.
Sarah Smith also spent the last year in a trailer up here in Paradise. She admits her family thought about moving away.
Every time we would think of somewhere else like Idaho, because most of my family's in Idaho, we'd imagine it, and for some reason, it almost made us upset. We just would look at each other and say, no, I can't do it. I can't live anywhere else. This is home. Like, no matter what happens with the town, I want to be here. I want to fight for my town. I want to see it be rebuilt. I want to rebuild it.
But staying here takes a willingness to stare down a lot of unknowns.
When we did come back, all these questions came up of, oh my gosh, is this even going to be a town again? What do we do with our lives? What do we do with our 5-year-old son? Is he going to have a life up here? Is there going to be school? There just was so many questions.
One big question, when will the water be safe to drink? Chemicals from burning and melting plastic got sucked down into the water system. At first, the water district warned it could take 3 years to make it safe. But they did a lot more testing, and that fear vanished.
It's good luck that we've found very little contamination in the water mains.
Now, they can make the water safe in most places by simply replacing the line that connects each house to the water main. Some people can drink their water already. The fire burned down a lot of businesses, and even a lot that didn't burn down closed. But a few started up again. Paradise has a couple places you can buy gas and groceries, and you've got several options for a meal out. There's even an entirely new restaurant here called Nick's. Restaurants can cater to locals and the workers who are going to be building thousands of new homes here. Other businesses, though, are more of a gamble.
We're trying to figure out who is our customer, because it was a lot of older people that lived up here before, a lot of retired people. A lot of those people are not coming back.
Celeste Baker reopened her shoe store right next to Nick's, but with hardly anybody living here yet and the tourism all but wiped out, the future of businesses like hers is uncertain. Who's going to come here to go shopping?
We don't know any of that yet, and I don't think we're going to know for a few years.
The power line responsible for starting the fire was owned by PG&E. The company inspected it, found a whole bunch more safety problems, and shut it down for good. But that is miles outside of town. PG&E also made a promise to make safety upgrades in Paradise.
When the fire happened, there was a lot of power poles that fell. And it's not just the poles themselves, it's the wires and everything else that entangled. It blocked evacuation routes.
That's why PG&E crews are cutting trenches in all the roads and burying the neighborhood power lines underground. It's slow, expensive work, but the fact that this town needs a near total rebuild makes it easier to do this now. PG&E and other crews also cut out about 500,000 trees here for safety reasons, but plenty more on people's lots still have to go before they fall down.
But we still have probably 400,000, 450,000 to go.
This is a really nice place, even without the trees.
Woody plans to move into his new house by Thanksgiving, and he can't wait.
It's still small town America, you know? It's where neighbors care about one another.
But there are countless small towns in this country, so you gotta wonder, why would anyone want to spend the next few years in this one, waiting for it to spring back to life? For Woody, the answer goes back a long time, back to when he first got here, 30 years ago.
I was going to die when, I was at that, I was at that point in my life. I was an alcoholic addict. I had been homeless for about 6 years. I had no family, no nothing. And I came here as a last-ditch effort to find an old high school friend because I had no place else to go. And I got here on a Greyhound bus.
From the lowest point in his life, Woody learned trade work here. He got himself into management and local business, even did a stint a while back as town mayor.
I reinvented myself in this town. I sobered up here, I got clean, I got married, I raised, my life started over here.
Disaster can destroy all the stuff in paradise, but not the idea of paradise, not what it means to its people.
Paradise was a loving, caring, safe community, and it still is.
It won't be easy. There'll be progress to celebrate and pain to heal. Friends who will never come back, and new ones to meet. Every town on Earth sees its moments of grief and moments of joy. As they build the new paradise up on this ridge, the people here can expect more than their share of both.